Greetings there, fellow builders. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld: The Darkest Ages. Episode 22. A proper bridge or a proper fort. And he has joined. So, misogynist is, well, gonna be a little annoying to deal with. I'm not gonna lie. But, we need warm bodies. And, quite frankly, if he's cannon fodder, he's cannon fodder. Or, I don't know, stab fodder, arrow fodder. Work priorities. We're going to make him a brawler. And a researcher. We can try a conversion ritual once everyone's healthy. I'm not going to get them out of bed for that, of course, because that would super get him killed. And you are going to need a set of plate armor and heater shield at the very least. As well as me forcing a shirt and pants on you, because, like, somehow or another I don't have that in apparel allowance. Now, another thing I do not have for him at the moment is a bedroom. So let's build a bed in the poop room. And then we'll... Oh, God. Okay, I'm going to have to... Oh, no, we have some wood over here. Raffles up. Good luck winning this, masterwork. Ooh, well, he is jealous, so maybe we'll, like, leave him with the masterwork bed. But good luck winning Mr. Unnamed. He's got an impressive beard. Yeah, it goes, like, all the way to his ankles. Yep. It is impressive. Alright, Klein is no longer sick, so we'll put him on the island zoning. McGee is probably about to be recovered. Yeah, 98%. So I'm going to get him on the island zoning, and then Ginger's the last lady. And she is still 2% ahead, but I got to be real careful with her, because it's... There's not a lot of room for error. Your needs, recreation is low. You're being visited. What can we give you? I don't have any ambrosia left. I guess I'll give you wine. The problem is she's very bored of chemical consumption. And... Drank wine is only a +1, so it's really not doing very much. Still a little worried. Alright, Mr. Unnamed, you will also need a uranium helmet, won't you? You're also going to want a short sword. And let's give you a uranium helmet. I'm not going to bother with uranium plate armor, though. It's like a bit too nice for a brawler that bad. Yeah, she's, she'll survive this, but, like, barely. And yeah, the mod I'm using for this is called CM Color-Coded Mood Bar. Yep. The mod list is in the details, by the by. And now that she is recovered, Unnamed is going to be restricted to island. Everyone else is going to be unrestricted. Unnamed being restricted to the island because, of course, he's eventually going to become a brawler. I do need to make another bedroom, and I intend to. So the idea that I had for a bedroom is to put another bedroom here, mimicking the bedrooms we have over here. And that will be the final bedroom around the center courtyard. So this is a 7x21. So a bedroom, something like this. So it's not quite as big, but it's like not bad. And we'll put that in now. It's just missing one corner. Not a big deal. The last random joiners of frostbite scars, they did. An aching frostbite scar on the left foot, and a frostbite scar on the left ear. Nice. Our shard inhibitor is doing a good job of containing these guys. So these entities have a escape interval of 8 years and 16 years due to the heightened pain. That's pretty good. Other things we could build in there is an electric inhibitor. But I don't have the physical room to like lay this out. I'd have to change the layout of the cells. And that's really only going to be necessary for advanced entities that are like more dangerous. I think. Or at least that's my 2 cents. We do have a Tyrol though. Got it. So, new guy. You're our Roy. Congrats, Roy. We're in the process of making Roy some armor. I can't believe we went through our entire stockpile of fertilizer. That's crazy. I really, really, really want to build up a supply of wood within the base. I need a vent in the bedroom. That I do. We'll stick one here. I'll be quite happy once I have 3 brawlers, though. I think that will give us a fairly good advantage on a lot of the raids we have if I stick them all together and use numerical advantage. There's also the possibility of adding one more bedroom here, where the biosolid composters are, and I think I'll probably end up doing that. What I could do is I could biosolid compost in here. That actually isn't a terrible idea. Because the composters are pretty tolerant of high temperatures. So it wouldn't really matter if it got hot in there. And then I can just wall this up. Like an open door. Leave a... I mean, we can... Yeah, let's just do that. And that way I can have space for one more bedroom eventually. I might roof this up. It depends on the temperature it reaches. The crematorium doesn't actively add heat to the room unless we're physically using it, so it's generally not a threat to overheating unless those conditions are met. It's hot, but it's not like melt your face hot in there. Oh, shoot. Oh, yeah, the vent. I was like, why is it disrespected? Yeah, we're just building a vent. It's fine. Alright, the plate armor is done. Roy. Ooh, it's excellent plate armor. Sure. Roy, put it on. And I don't think that there's going to be a chance for Roy's bedroom to, like, match, Dizzy's. So he'll just be upset. I can make him furniture, but I don't think it will make much of a difference. Who knows? Alright, the helmet is done. Awesome. Now we just need the heater shield and the weapon. And we're set to defend. Research for the heavy bridges are almost 2/3 finished, and then we can really start laying it out. I guess I can lay out the other side. So, this is a 2 wide. I don't... So here's the thing. If I have a 2 wide... If I make a 2 wide bridge, we don't... It would be worse for choke points. I think what I'll do is, I'll build, like, arquebuses... So what I can do is I can build arquebuses like this, so that there's more arquebuses that can fire down, and then have a 1 wide bridge here for getting symmetry. And given that I'm making these... Given that I'm doing it now, I'm going to have to break down some of the already built defenses, because they're physically in the way. But this whole area is going to be roofed up and chem-drenched. And then this area is going to be intentionally unroofed so that the chem-drenched area doesn't, like, burn the hell out of us. Put a second research table in the research room. I don't have a lot of resources at the moment, so I wasn't going to do that unless it got planned for me to build a laboratory, because that is a pulled option. You see the character details? Sure. You're iron-willed, jealous, misogynist, who can tame, craft, and do intellectual. I guess I could put you on animal handle. Tomorrow morning, once the sun's up, I might kill the Tyrrell and the Warg and the Timberwolf. All the predators that pose a threat to us. As part of the day, the hunting day. Since I don't trust those wild animals at all. Oh, why did we... Oh yeah, that was a low wall. So we'll have the bridge go like that. And then on the other side, it's going to be no frills. It's just going to be like a door. An open granite door. Or, you know what? We could do a castle gate. The advantage of the castle gate is if we have to flee from something, we can shut it behind us quickly. So I'll opt for, like, the more expensive castle gate because it can save our lives. Because if we're being chased by predators, we can shut this quickly, and the predators won't have a line of sight to it, or a valid path to attack us. Just keep mining. We're gonna need a lot of stone for this. So then this, once I have heavy bridges, will taper here, like that. Because there isn't like a one wide castle gate door that I wanted to use. So we're still waiting on the heater shield and short sword, and that's probably due to the lack of steel. So I'll queue up more compacted steel out there to be mined. And then I had mentioned wanting to go hunt the things that will want to hunt me back. So without a further ado, without more delays, let's do that. So as a reminder, Tyralls are like owl bears. They're basically bears in owl form. They're pretty dangerous. They're very fast. We have a Timberwolf to the east and a Warg just north of it. So that's where we're heading now. Next. Slamming protocols on enemies should do trap damage. That'd be interesting. Splat. Sounds abusable, though. That's probably why it's not a thing. Sorry, Wolfie. Decided we can't trust you. In memory of Scorpio, right? For a reminder, Scorpio got murdered by 2 cougars. And there was nothing I could do. I got the, like, animal trying to hunt you indicator, or notification, like, while they were on top of me. Both of them. Whoa, what a shot! Bye-bye, brain. Brain from downtown. Where's the wolf? Oh, it was lower. Wait, oh, there it is. Yeah, you've been haunting me ever since. You know it. We do have a very impressive tomb that you're in. I think there was a YouTube comment, I'm sorry, I forgot who made it, but said that it's very lore-fitting that the inner courtyard of our entire castle was a tomb, and I think I don't want to change that. I think I wanted to keep it as a tomb, like an open mausoleum to all who had fallen in the defense of our colony. I like it, so I'm gonna make no effort to modify that ever. It's hilarious to me. Roy hates our faction leader. Disfigured woman. Yep. And but you don't really even care back. He slighted you, but you're like, ah, whatever, I'll let it slide. He's an idiot. A lot of the trees out here are not fully grown. Some of them are. So some of it is I just need some downtime to do tree cuts outside the base. And I think, even though technically this wasn't voted on, I'm going to go ahead and build the final bedroom that's going to be around the inner courtyard. And the reason is so that I can start to floor up the area, because flooring up the area is also what I would consider part of defense. Because if you can move around the inside of the base faster, you can respond to threats faster. So there's a... Now, speaking of which, open my dumb mouth and get attacked. Ritual Lords. They are preparing a while. And they're coming from the south. If they're preparing a while, I'm going to wait for daybreak. I'm going to go when the sun's up. So I'm going to wait a minute. But nobody should leave the map at the moment. All right, let's go try to get eyes on them. Oh, great. Evil Yoda is part of this raid. We've got Toda. That's not good. Helmich. Your name is Modesty? 17-year-old with great memory. Yeah, you're real modest about that. Alright, they're beginning their assault. I'm a little, honestly, worried about Ginger. Because Ginger does not run at normal speeds. So I might need to do some, like, shoot and cover with... I don't know how much a ground Ginger can cover before they catch. It depends on if some of them are, like, fast runners or joggers. But, my defenses work best if I do the physical luring, which is why I sallied out and met them on the field. I'm not really sure if Roy is going to be, you know what? Given that you have no weapon, just like Man and Arquebus. Yeah. So Valka and McGee are the ones that have, trigger happy, and I don't know if that means that they fire these weapons faster, but I'll try it. And then this idiot is like, alright, everyone's going the bridge, so I'm gonna go the back way and surprise them. Like, I see you coming. No, trigger happy does not help. They all fired it roughly at the same time. Alright, let's fall back. There's not a lot of volleys, but because we have 3 brawlers, we do have physical brawler advantage here. So if I can lure them into the entryway, we can do good things. I'd Klein move forward because it's Bowman, and he can just... I mean, they're not going to punch him to death. Red tier. Red tier is the... Addiction chance. What is this again? Euphoria in small doses? Okay. If we wanted to pivot and try to counter, which I do, let's haul this body out from blocking the door. And then ambush them from the other gate, switching gates. So pretty consistently what we found is that they're really bad at pathfinding. Essentially, if you break line of sight with them, they don't know to come attack you. And we can use this, honestly, in our advantage by running around the map and like seeking new targets. So these guys actually might be physically lured. I can't say for sure. But I think what I'll do is I'll hold my ground anyway. Whether they're... Oh wow, there's some north. Yeah, so when they attack, they seem to like just surround the base. And spread their damage out along the entire perimeter of our walls, which is like very ineffective. Which is awesome for me. I love it. And they're already fleeing. We can stop killing them. We really don't need to continue. Another defense. So these are the ritual lords. The ritual lords are ritualists. They need to die. Well, at least the down... Well, I don't really care. I'm lazy. I'll just... I'm bleed out, whatever. Bed rest is still a highest priority, so I'm surprised they didn't jump into bed faster, into hospital bed. My two doctors are the ones that are wounded, though, so they'll have to just tend to each other. You scratch your back. Alright. The research for heavy bridges is moments away from being done. What should I research next? Here's the list. I do have some of the complex workshops done. If you want me to continue that, you're welcome to vote for it. If you want me to pivot and do something else, that's fine too. Hey, solid artist. Thank you for the resub. There's another. Ooh, that's a really nice heater shield. And that might just go to blind instead. Sorry, Roy. You're getting hand-me-downs. And the last thing we have to make is a short sword to pair with the shield. I am surprised the game's allowing my numbers to go into going up population-wise. Was heraldry do? So it allows you to make some tabards as like a extra layer of clothing on top, layer on top for torso and neck. It gives you pain shock threshold, and then some banners, and these are like polearm weapons. Not effective polearm weapons, but polearm weapons all the same. So, it is a rallying weapon. It actually might not be a terrible weapon for Roy to hold, given his, like, complete inability to use weapons effectively, but, well, you know, whatever. Seems to me long blades is a popular choice. Let's get that. Now that I have the heavy bridges, we go to, what, floors? No. Structures? Yeah. And so there's a traditional bridge, which... Actually, you know what? Can you... I'll just quickly chem drench test. I think the heavy bridges allow for a top... So the heavy bridges, if I'm not mistaken, are not flammable. Even though they're made of steel. Flammability 0? Yeah. And then, if I'm not mistaken, they allow for... Oh no, they don't allow for flooring. Never mind. So we'll just do stone. Yeah, we'll just do stone. I just didn't want to invest in a bridge that like wouldn't work for us. So it's a lot. It's an investment. Quite the investment. We'll get that built, and that will be one of our entryways. And then once the actual bridge is built, then I'll do the chem field, the chem drench area. You know, I can even use the fire now. So let's just put the chem drench. So I think what I want to do is to have the chem drench sections here, and then wood, which burns slower, here, so that the slower burning wood is closest to the choke point. Can I add tree sowing to the list? Sure, I'll add it for next. Long blades shouldn't take very long. They're not a complex, lengthy project. Oh god. Bye-bye trees. I like how they're working on the floor first. Suppose that's fine. Now this layout will still work. Well, no enemies are going to actually take this route. So I'm not going to bother putting a door here. I was going to say it will still work if I roof this up and put a door here. But there's no way that I'm going to, like, encourage raiders to come through there anyway. They're just not going to. So I'm not going to bother. And there's Roy's blade. Wildlife. Nothing out there that's going to eat me? Good. Now, for now, I'm going to add this to the home zone. With the caveat, of course, that once it's fully built, I'll remove it from the home zone because we don't want to be fighting fires in an area we are designating for fire. So it doesn't really make sense long term. I am quite surprised that automatic rainfall didn't trigger, because I have got multiple forest fires on this map tile. Got a pretty large swath of the map tile actively on fire, and the game's like, oh yeah, it's fine. Burn away. I'm actually going to keep them on island restrictions so that we can repair the walls more. These bodies are also not going to be dealt with because of the zoning for the zoning for the bill. And I would need an ingredient radius. No, there's like no... I'd have to go unlimited if I wanted to actually deal with it. Even up to 100, I don't think it covers. Well, we're going to want another crematorium at some point. So I'll raise this up to a clean 100 just to try to get rid of the corpses that are going to cause me health problems, but without an additional crematorium in it, I don't think it really matters. Plus, I don't have wood. Right. I am going to lift those zone restrictions because I need wood. Perhaps set up automatic tree chopping outside the walls. So the reason why I wanted to leave those trees alone is like if there is some sort of unusual darkness, per se. It would be very handy to have trees to cut on our island. So it's a strategic resource. Or at least that's how I'm seeing it. If I really need wood, what I could do is I can change the work priorities around a little bit. So that McGee is plant cutting more than anything else. Part of the problem was we just had a giant boon of hops and spent a lot of time dealing with the hops fields. Bumper crop. So we've got 800 hops. There's no way they're not going to rot before I process them, but we'll make as much beer as we can. Oh yeah, I never actually collapsed the pit burrows. There's still like an open burrow here. It doesn't... enemies aren't gonna like pop out of it or anything, so I don't care. Doesn't really matter. Should Roy study dark? Yeah, I suppose why not. He's not as good at it as McGee is. But it wouldn't hurt. Oh, yes, medicine. So who in chat thinks that they'll have a charity event happen in just a minute where they come and they're like, hey, can you give us 115 medicine? I'm thinking, yeah, it's gonna happen. A completely reasonable ask. The last time I had charity, they asked for more medicine than I even had in stockpile, so I had to dip into my own pockets to offer it. But we do believe in charity. I'm not restricted by the rules necessarily to be charitable. It's important to us, so we'd be upset if I didn't do it. I decided to do it anyway. Maybe it was not a good idea, but whatever. We're fine now. We're sitting on 135, so it shouldn't be a problem. Long Blades is now done. What to research next will be up to you. Devil Strand, carpet making, complex workshops, heraldry, wine, prosthetics. Oh, tree sawing was supposed to be on that list. Hold on, let me redo that. Somehow it got bumped off. And tree sowing. I am surprised by the amount of steel in this one little hill. Huge amount of steel in one little space. Like this, how big is this? This, like, 300 unit area has had, like, 150 units of steel. It's quite a lot. By RimWorld standards. We have a ritual opportunity soon, in about 3 days. Our ritual room hits the 120 mark, and there's a possibility of the worst scar in our colony getting healed. So cross your fingers for me that we get some miracle healing, because I could really use some miracles. We got a bunch of, like, missing noses and scarred eyes and the like. Not good stuff. So in the interest of making progress on the bridge, because I see that we just stopped exactly where we have zoning allowance, I'm going to allow our brawlers to be here so that we can have the brawlers that also build, like Klein specifically, actually work out that way. The reason I haven't used work command, or work drive rather, is there's not really any one person doing work that I think would benefit from it. I mean, one could make the argument of research, but having combat command in my pocket is more important to me at the moment. You guys want tree sowing? You got it. It's July 2nd, or August 2nd. I think there should be enough time for a full growth of corn, so I'm going to plant even more corn. I think we're going to end up with a lot of vegetables that rot, but it's not too much effort to plant some. You know, actually, don't plant these. Just plant there. The reason is I want my planters to cut down some trees for me. Dumping's not, oh, right. I screwed up. Where is the dumping stockpile 1? There it is. What we've been doing is we've been hauling one corpse to that one spot because I was trying to move the corpse out of the doorway and then cremating it. So it's like been the most inefficient cremating ever. Glad I caught that. Would have been a while otherwise. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld The Darkest Ages, which originally streamed live on Twitch. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching. Special thank you to my Twitch subscribers, Patreon patrons, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you in next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow knights.